Hey, Popeye are the latest.
Good morning, Popeyes. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, over the next few days, we'll be traveling along the north coast. Over the next few days, we'll be passing through 5 different parishes. We are going to be starting in the parish of Anova, and then we are heading on to St. James, then Trelawny, then St. Anne, then on to St. Mary. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this journey on the north coast with me. Now, we are still tabulating the scores for the PNL Sing the Chorus competition. It seems we won't be able to finish checking until tomorrow. So most likely, it's tomorrow that we are going to be announcing the winners. And tomorrow, we are also going to be distributing the phone cards, courtesy of Quicksilver. Quicksilver, bless up yourself, sir. Enough respect. So, we brought you a story on Friday about a pig farmer who was shot and killed in the parish of Trelawny. We did some serious digging. I am imploring you to stick around for what we have unearthed. That story is coming up later on in this video. You are not gonna want to miss it. But first up, we carried a story on Monday, August 1, 2022. Yes, Emancipation Day. And we told you about an incident that took place earlier in the morning, about some minutes after 3 o'clock. It took place at a place named Pumpkin Bottom in the Sandy Bay area in the parish of Trelawny. We told you that lady on your screen, her name is Veneisha Orriggio. She's also known as LISA GOODAZ. Lisa, she was 36 years old and she operated a shop at the same Pumpkin Bottom. Her spouse, his name is Nigel Wilmott, but he was popularly known as Elder. He was said to be about 30 years old. Now, both Elder and LISA GOODAZ, they were fast asleep at LISA GOODAZ's home at Pumpkin Bottom when they were awoken by knocking on the front door. It is said that Lisa, she woke up and she inquired, "Who is it?" And a man on the outside, he answered saying, "Police, open the door." It is said that Lisa, she got up and she opened the front door, and that was it. Hoodlums entered the house and shot both Elder and LISA GOODAZ all over their bodies. From all indication, they died on the spot. So the police, they commenced investigations, and last week, they carried out a raid and picked up a suspect in connection with this incident. On Friday, August 19, 2022, this suspect, he was officially arrested and charged by the police. He was charged for double murder, among other charges. His name is Daniele Knott, Knott, and he's only 18 years old. Daniel, he's also from the Sandy Bay area in the parish of Anova. Mark you, Lisa was 36 years old. So she could have easily been this guy's mother. He's only 18 years old, but he's charged for killing her. So he will be going to the courts shortly to face his judgment. Now, this one, it took place last night, Saturday, August 20, 2022, about 9:30. It took place at a bar along the Landilo Main Road in the Savannah Lamar area in the parish of Westmoreland. We are learning that a party was being held at a bar along the Landilo Main Road. Several patrons were in attendance at this party when a white Toyota Axio motorcar drove up and stopped. We are told that 2 hoodlums came out of the car and they walked into the crowd of partygoers who were there enjoying themselves. It is said that they walked up straight to a young man who was also a patron at this party. This man, if you look on the screen, that is him. His name is Ackeem Dulcio. He was popularly known as BUJU. On May 13th, earlier this year, BUJU celebrated his 26th birthday. The 2 hoodlums, they brandished guns and opened a barrage of gunshots at BUJU. Patrons, on hearing the gunshots, they ran off into various directions. The hoodlums, They then ran off and jumped back into the white Toyota Axio, making good their escape. When the shooting subsided, BUJU, he was seen lying on the ground at the back of the bar with gunshot wounds to his upper body. 2 other persons were also shot. A man, he said to be in his mid-50s. He's from a Savannah Lamar address. He received gunshot wounds to the left side of his groin. A lady, she's in her mid-20s and she's from the parish of Anova. She received gunshot wounds to her right thigh. From all indication, BUJU, who we are told is a good behaving young man. We made checks and we couldn't find anything bad that we could come here and report about BUJU. He died on the spot. The man and the woman who were shot, they were rushed to a nearby hospital by other persons who were at the party, where they were treated and admitted in a stable condition. You want to hear something else? We are told that when this crime scene was processed, 20 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? Yeah man, the same thumbs up button. You hit on it as yet? Remember, you are not loving the stories that we are bringing because mostly sad stories. You are loving the fact that we take the time out to bring these stories to you. We take the time out to climb hills and valleys to get the information and bring them to you. Because the next story that we are going to be bringing to you, you're going to want to listen from start to finish. That is what we do. We investigate. We don't just take up a newspaper or go on social media and take off something and bring it to you. We investigate. We check and we double check. So, if you have not yet hit on the thumbs up button, remember to hit on it. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, remember, hit on the subscribe button, as also hit on the notification bell. Then click all, so that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Now, you need to listen to this one and listen carefully. We carried a story on Friday, August 19th, and we told you about an incident that took place the previous night, Thursday, August 18th, 2022, about some minutes to 8 o'clock. It took place at a place named Spring Gardens in the Ulster Spring Police area in the parish of Trelawny. We told you that a man, and we have been trying to get a photograph of him, but we haven't yet gotten it. Trelawny people, if you have any photograph of this man, please send it to us. 876-458-9111. Please. Now, this man, his name is Lennox Wright. He was also called Mark and he was also called ONEY. He was 48 years old, and we told you on Friday that he was a pig farmer and he lived at Spring Gardens in the Ulster Spring area in the parish of Trelawny. We told you that Mark, he was at his house with some tenants when a white Toyota Axio motorcar drove up and stopped at his gate. One of the hoodlums in the car, they called out Mark by name. Mark, or ONEY, he went out to speak to the person. We told you that the hoodlum, he was inquiring about a pig to buy. Mark was taking him to the back of his house to show him the pigs in the pig pen when another hoodlum jumped out of the car. This hoodlum who jumped out of the car, he had an AK-47 rifle in his hand. The other hoodlum who was talking to Mark, he pulled a 9mm pistol, and both of them, they pumped several bullets into Mark's body. Mark was shot several times in his abdomen and his chest. The hoodlums, they then jumped back into the Toyota Axio, and both of them made good their escape from the area. Mark was rushed to the Percy Junior Hospital, where he was admitted in a serious condition. But about some minutes after 2 o'clock Friday morning, Mark lost the fight. He died whilst being treated. We told you that when the police processed the crime scene, 7 9mm spent shells, as also 5 7.62 spent shells were recovered from the scene. So, we decided on doing an investigation into this one because This wasn't a random killing. Mark, he was not robbed. He was clearly targeted. So we did some digging, and here is what we found out. Firstly, on Friday morning, August 19th, 2022, the Trelawny police, they carried out a raid at a place named Stettin in the parish of Trelawny, and we are told that a man who is suspected to be involved in the killing of Mark, he was picked up at his house by the police. Remember, we told you that Mark, he didn't die until Friday morning, about 2 o'clock, whilst he was being treated. Well, we are told that when Mark was being transferred to the hospital, he told the police who it was, or at least one of the men who was involved in another video. I'm gonna tell you what is a dying declaration and what the law says about it. But let's stick to the topic. So this man, who Mark called his name, he was picked up by the police. So the question is, why was Mark killed? We asked that question at the end of the video on Friday. All the while, I've been telling you that if you play stupid games, you're gonna end up winning what kind of prizes? Yeah man, what kind of prizes are you gonna win? If you know the answer, drop it in the comment section. So listen this now. Lennox Wright was known as Mark, but remember we told you that he was also known as ONEY. Well, he's originally from a place named Freeman's Hall in the same parish of Trelawny, and it is said that years ago, he was in a dispute with someone. That dispute, it led to a violent confrontation, and it is said that the other man, he used a machete to inflict a serious wound to one of Mark's legs. As a result, Mark lost that leg. So, because he had one leg, that's why he was called ONEY. Are you following me so far? Now, hear this. This is not the first time Mark was being attacked and shot. On Sunday, September 6th, 2020, he was shot up and seriously wounded. So, why was Mark, or ONEY, being targeted? Here is what we found out, and listen good. There is or was a gang in the Clarkstown area of Trelawny called the Campbell's Gang. It is alleged that it was being led by a hoodlum named Jermaine Smith. Jermaine Smith, he is also known as Channyman. In early 2020, Channyman, he was arrested and charged by the Trelawny police. He was charged for murder plus other serious crimes. It is said that Channyman, he owned several heads of cattle and he was now in jail. So someone needed to look after the animals for him. Channyman has a brother named Sean Smith. He is also known as Ackeem. Ackeem, he wanted to go to Clarkstown to look after the animals, but he was afraid to go there alone because his brother, Channyman, committed a lot of atrocities in the area. Are you following me so far? Make sure you are following me. Okay, so Ackeem, that's Channyman's brother. What he did was he made a link in the parish of Clarendon. He was introduced to a hoodlum named Darwin Williams. Darwin Williams, he lived at Williams Avenue in Maypen in the parish of Clarendon. So why did we say Darwin is a hoodlum? Darwin, he was convicted in the courts for a double murder and gun charges. He was sent away to prison. He did his time and he was released from prison. Yeah man, I think Jamaica is the only place, where you can be convicted for double murder plus gun and you are released so quick. Because guess what now? Darwin, he was born in the year 1984, so he is 38 years old. He would have committed that crime or those crimes when he was an adult. So he not do 14 or maybe 12 years in prison. Anyhow, Ackeem, he contacted Darwin to be his bodyguard to accompany him whenever he was going to Clarkstown and other areas. Remember, we told you that Channyman, that's Ackeem's brother, he was the alleged leader of the Campbell's gang in Clarkstown. Well, if you haven't yet figured it out, to be a leader of a gang, a criminal gang in Jamaica, you must have a lot of guns. So it was suspected that not only was Ackeem looking about his brother's animals, he was now in control of his brother's guns. Are you following me? So you are now wondering, what does all that Popeye say so far have anything to do with ONEY or MARK? Be patient and keep listening. On the night of Tuesday, July 7th, 2020, about some minutes to 9 o'clock, Ackeem and his bodyguard, Darwin, they were driving in a 2006 Mitsubishi pickup. That pickup, it is owned by Ackeem's brother, Channyman, who was still in jail. They were driving past the Ulster Spring police station. The police officers who were on a spot check in front of the station, they signaled the pickup to stop. They searched it and found an illegal gun in the pickup. Now, both Sean Smith, also known as Ackeem, and Darwin Williams, they were taken into police custody. Immediately after they were taken into police custody, the police started getting intelligence that it was Ackeem who was locking his brother's guns. The police, they took Ackeem out of the cell and questioned him. He was taken to 3 different houses that he either lived or frequents, and the houses were searched, but nothing illegal was found. 2 days after that, the police received further intelligence. Officer, you never go to the right house. Him rent a room up a ONEY house. Up there, he must store the guns and ONEY know about it. Did you hear what I just said? The intelligence the police got was that Lennox Wright, also known as ONEY, he rented a room to Sean Smith, also known as Ackeem, and that's where Ackeem was storing the guns. The intelligence further suggested that ONEY or MARK, he was well aware that the guns were being stored at the house or at the room that Ackeem rented. Mark you, this was 2 days after Ackeem was taken into police custody. We are told that the police, they obtained a search warrant and they carried out a raid at ONEY's house. The guns were not found. ONEY, he admitted to the police that yes, he rented a room on the house to Ackeem. He told the police that Ackeem hardly stayed there and that he, ONEY, did not know anything about any guns being stored there. The police left ONEY's house empty-handed. It was theorized that ONEY or MARK, when he learned that Ackeem was arrested, he took the guns out of the house and hid them somewhere else. So what are you saying now? Everything is falling into place, not true? Yeah man, keep listening. So here is what happened now. Some of Ackeem and Channyman's cronies, they contacted ONEY and told him to hand over the guns to them. ONEY told them he didn't know where the guns were. We are told that ONEY, he got several calls from jail and prison telling him to hand over the guns. ONEY, he did not take heed. So, like we told you before, on Sunday, September 6th, 2020, hoodlums attacked and shot up ONEY. He was seriously wounded, but he subsequently pulled through. We are told that the police, they pleaded with him to come clean with them and tell them where the guns were hidden. The police even offered to put him on some type of witness protection program. ONEY, he told the cops that he didn't know why the hoodlums wanted to kill him, because him and nobody no have anything and he did not know anything about any guns. ONEY, he recuperated from his injuries and he went back home. He did not tell the police where the guns are and he did not hand them over to the hoodlums either. So on Thursday, August 18th, the hoodlums visited him and ended up pumping several bullets in his body. When ONEY was shot 2 years ago, the hoodlums used 9mm pistols. Well, on this occasion, they also carried an AK-47 rifle. ONEY, he did not die on the spot and he was able to call the name of at least one of his attackers. he ended up dying within 6 hours later. Where the guns are is still a mystery. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them block out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land